The start of a big week for the high school track athletes around the area with regionals this afternoon, starting with Division I at De Pere High School. Ashwaubenon taking both the 4x200 and 4x100 meter relays. In the girls' 400 meter dash, it's Faith Witherspoon of Green Bay East besting the field by 2 seconds. A tight race in the girls' 300 meter hurdles. Pulaski's Lily Urban wins by just 0.04 of a second over East Wakaria Donegan. Both are heading to sectionals, though. In the boys' shot put, De Pere's Brock Ospar leading the way with a 54 11-inch throw. A battle of the Cartiers in the boys' long jump. The younger Andrew besting the elder statesman Aiden Cartier with a jump of 21 feet and 6 inches. To D2 in Little Chute. In the 100 meter hurdles, Zuzana Mozienska on her home track pulls away for the victory. To the 100 meter dash, Wapaka's Xavier Pittman turns on the jets and beats his teammate by 0.2 of a second. The exact same time difference in the 1600. Sammy Miller wins another one for Little Chute. Fox Valley Lutheran, Maya Burleton anchoring the Fox's 4x200 meter relay team to a victory. And then Jack Steinbarth clearing 12.6 on the pole vault here. He went on to clear 14.3 in the win, advancing to section. So we'll be right back.